How's everyone? There we go. Should I give it a little bit more time before I get everyone in? Because I know this is just like completely random. So I'll give it another 5 minutes, and I'll get like my water cup filled up and other stuff. I go to the bathroom anyway, and then we'll get started. All right. All right. Hey, Anman, how you doing? How is everyone today? I get myself ready here. Let me get the give me a moment here while I get this set up. Very busy days. Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat, Anman. Hey, Tanner Calder. I am doing all right. I'm glad you're doing well. I'm just getting this set up here. I'm just gonna hang out for a little bit because yeah, this has been a brutal last couple weeks for me. So I wanted to like talk with y'all about a couple of things that I'm planning on doing going forward as we head towards as I head making this channel toward Pharaoh Silver. Okay. Um so the first thing was I think a lot of people got things a little bit twisted when I said that I'm getting rid of, they think I'm getting rid of beer money entirely. And I think I mentioned on the video, I'm not getting rid of beer money entirely. So the beer money parts are going to be around, but it's definitely going to take a much smaller role. What's your opinion on the convert every 3 hour games? I mean, they were good for a time, and I feel like you're talking about like the Bitcoin miner ones, right? Super cool, lad. That what you're talking about? I thought they were fine for the most part, but like they don't really give you that much money, I feel like. Like they do cap you off at a certain amount per month, and that amount was fine for what it was. But most people, I think, with the Bitcoin ones are the Unity game. Which one are we talking? Okay. No, Just Play. Yeah, I got you. Just Play and the like. Okay, those ones. I don't like them very much, honestly. I feel like they're absolutely like they're not the best when it comes to earning, and I thought that even before I started this rebrand. Like the most I've ever made after going like 3 hours nonstop on something was like, what was it, 15 or 16 cents for 3 hours? Like the amount of time that you put into playing what is essentially off-brand games of the same variation, just with forced ads, just did not. It didn't really sit very well with me, and it didn't work with me with Just Play. It definitely did not work with me very well today, for sure. So, um, like I said, the beer money stuff is not going to go away completely. I have thought about doing a monthly segment where I go over like my 5 favorite offers I see on Beer Money app still going forward. So I might still have that available out there. I'm just right now, I feel like the best thing to do for the channel, especially with super cool ad, actually. Great thing to ask there was the Unity games like those. Um it just having to do the same thing over and over, and there were two other apps like that too, just doing the same thing over and over, and it just kind of started getting a little bit tedious after a while. And you're doing it all for what, like we've been making less and less money each year. I think this was the least money I made with beer money apps that I've ever made my entire life over these last like 3 to 4 months. Never have I put in so much effort for something, and then I end up getting so little for it. So that's kind of where that is coming from, basically. However, you can still ask Beer Money questions on stream always. That's never gonna change, and I'll hear you all out with that. All right, that will always that will continue to happen. There will continue to be Beer Money stuff as well. But yeah, Atlas Earth, short to medium term will be primary. BTC Backpacker. Driving through 3 different states only to have 4,000 Atlas bucks, but it's going to get me to my 31 badges. All right, but after the 31, yeah, next will be tier jump. Yeah, I was gonna say after 31, like only go as far as you think you can go for a badge tier. Once you're done with that, whether it be 11, 31, 61, or 101, then go to the next tier. Absolutely. Disturbed Doge. Hey, Azor. Disturbed Doge, what's your thoughts on the info CC digged up that Atlas Earth is making around 500,000 a month? Do you think that number is accurate, and do you think that's gross or net profit? I think that is net profit, actually. I'm thinking that's probably net profit. I could be wrong on that, but that does sound like it's net. Hey Azor, how are you doing today, by the way? Yeah, super cool. I am going to keep, yeah, some beer money is going to remain on the channel. I think I should have made that a little bit clearer, because I know a couple people are like, oh, it's going away, and I'm like, no, it's just going to be moved into a probably tertiary role. I'm gonna be real with you. I enough people have been asking for, well, can I at least keep one beer money video a month going that's not Atlas Earth? And I'm like, okay, I'll do like one video a month for like, my top 5 deals that I see, or some top 5 offers that look like that they're not going to screw you over. And hopefully we'll see if I'm right or wrong, right? Yeah, grab the badges if you won't be there again. That too. That too. Thanks, BTC Backpacker. Thank you. But yeah, that is not going away. But we are I need to move on from beer money as a primary focus. All right. And by the time we get to 2027, 2028, look, look, hang on for a moment. Let me get a drink. I know a lot of you think I'm crazy. I'm doing a rebrand like this. But I've been kind of seeing the writing on the wall now for, I've said about 6-7 months. Oh, that's cool, Azor. Yeah, so I've been seeing the writing on the wall for 6-7 months. I want to show y'all something, right? The heart of beer money apps comes down to this ad right here. You watch ads, you make money. There's other stuff too. There's surveys, there's receipt apps, and other stuff like that. But like, there isn't anything more basic than the ad rate. I have Bitcoin. I don't know about being into Bitcoin, but I have Bitcoin. You know? So with that, the issue why that we've been seeing ad rates go down so much is because it's an economic supply and demand issue. All right? If there is more supply, the price of something goes down. If there's more demand of something but less supply, the price of something goes up. Well, we have had far more supply than demand to see ads. And there's far more demand of people wanting to get paid for ads than ever before. That's not meeting the supply for that. So because of that double whammy, what we're left with is these ads continue to get lower and lower rates, and it's going to result in not just lower and lower rates of watching ads for you guys, but also lower and lower rates of ads for YouTubers, for content creators. They're going to start seeing less and less money. It's gotten so crazy. In fact, we were talking about this on the Discord. Let me look this up, y'all. Hang on. I'm gonna look this up. Can I turn this off? I can look it up this way. Hang on. I can show you guys this on Reddit. Yeah. Okay. Can you see that? Yeah, so Samsung faces backlash for testing ads on Family Hub refrigerator screens. So there were these Family Hub refrigerator screens. So they have this line, right? About $1,600 to $2,000 refrigerators that have a smart screen, and like you touch the screen, you can do certain stuff with the smart screen. Subprime ad rates, yeah, exactly. Because if they're starting to put in ads on refrigerators, and Samsung's testing this out now on other appliances as well, could you imagine how it's going to be in about 3-4 years time when we have ads everywhere? Like when people are watching 8 to 10 ads just in their kitchen or bathroom because they decided to buy something that's super cheap or super expensive, or one of the fancy lines or something, whatever. how do you expect how do you expect to be paid for certain ads? Yeah, another thing, when I was up in Pennsylvania, and I got to meet my stepkids for the first time. By the way, yes, I know I'm a stepfather. They were playing on their phones and having like little kid things, and they would just get random ads on these videos, and it's like random ads for casino stuff, and I'm just like, what? Are you kidding me? Yeah, that's the other thing too. Tesla is actually going to start testing um putting in ads in car screens as well. So you're paying $100,000 for a Tesla, and they're going to run up ads on your screen. And you're likely going to be able to turn them off at first. Don't get me wrong. All right. But you're not going to be able to turn them on for too much longer. All right. They've already started like eliminating the mute buttons on gas station ad screens, for example. Like some of them have them, some of them don't. But like those that do, they used to have like a mute button so you could mute them or you could skip them. You can't anymore. You can't. So when they are forcing ads on you, like a hostage situation, how the hell do you expect to continue to be paid 1 penny per ad? And this is the same thing too with surveys, okay? Amazon MTurk, great example. Let me go on Amazon MTurk. Can I get on MTurk? Hang on. I'm gonna get on MTurk, everyone. Hang on. Sign in as a worker. I'm signing on as a worker. I'm going to Launch Finder. So this is not Amazon MTurk, however, it is something we call MTurk Suite. And this is, if you are using Amazon MTurk at all, you absolutely need to use something like this. Okay? Just letting you know that. You absolutely need to use something like this. You can see some of these right here, like this. Okay, $1 for a survey on political speech. That's 12 minutes long. We have 40 cents for a 4-minute survey. We got 40 cents for a 6-minute survey. 60 cents for a 5-minute survey. Here's a decent one, 51 cents for a 3-minute survey. You'll always get a gem every once in a while. But here's the thing with these jobs, right? They're sitting around, I would say, 8 to 15 cents per minute, which is much better rates than you're ever going to get on like Atlas surveys, much better rates than you'll get at CPX Research, BitLabs, or anything else. Here's the problem, okay? It's been this way since 2014. When I first went on MTurk, that was the original that was the original ask. Was like the standard rate that they expect you to do a survey is about 10 cents per minute. That was 2014. I guarantee you $1 in 2014 and $1 in 2025 are not the same thing anymore, okay? And so surveys are now screwed. Receipts are in the same way as well. Receipts are doing the exact same rates as they always were. Receipt Hog's been doing 5 coins for, as a matter of fact, it's gotten worse. It was 5 coins for anything under $10. 10 coins from 10 to, it was 25, now it's 10 to 50. Yeah, you can make money watching ads. I mean, not as much anymore if you go on like Bridge and something. All right, let me go through all the ones here. Yeah, I saw Lewis speaking about this on his YouTube channel. Yeah, give me the video on that one, Anman. I heard some yeah, so we talked about that Azo already. I had a survey about Mercedes-Benz thinking about doing ads in their cars. They're going to follow. They'll be following. Tesla is definitely I think Tesla's already in the process of doing it. I have a 21 Altima, and I will occasionally get ads on the screen if I have the radio on. The only way it doesn't come up if I have Spotify connected or the radio is off. I guess I'm lucky on that one. I have a 22 Toyota Corolla, and I don't get ads at all. But at the same time, I think we don't have the radio on, so probably not something that we really look at too much. We do a lot of, we have our own, like, playlists and stuff, and I have my own music stuff as well. Yeah, we're live at a random time. Droid Dude, how you doing? I thought I'd just do it. Because I want to answer everyone's questions regarding, like, why I'm doing the rebrand. So the this stream, Fridays and Saturdays stream, is going to be all about the rebrand, answering your questions and everything. And I've already said, yes, we're still going to have beer money. Beer money is not going away. Not entirely. It is definitely taking a much, much smaller role, but it is not going away entirely. You can still ask any beer money questions to me anytime. I love to also like talk about other stuff. Maybe we're going to start doing some reaction videos as well, because honestly, the Atlas Games reaction video did very, very well. Accounting for inflation, $1 in 2014 will be worth around $1.36 today. So effectively, MTurk has been nerfed by 36% by inflation. Is only 136? Is it really only that much? Disturbed Doge? I'm genuinely surprised it's not that much, because I thought we'd be much, much higher in 11 years, because we had the period where we had like double-digit inflation for 1 year, if I'm not mistaken. Could be wrong, but yeah. So, and remember, the inflation is what you're being capped on as well. Okay? So you're not yeah, it is worth about 30% less today to do MTurk, and they haven't changed at all. Like, they're still about the same rate. Matter of fact, I think, just looking at this, I see probably even less green ads than I've ever seen. Like, green tasks than I've ever seen. Okay, here's a 2-minute for 20 cents. That's pretty good. Pick food, rank 4 options for 19 cents. I could probably do this in about a minute and a half. Like, I try to do surveys on MTurk where it is around 15 cents per 15 cents per minute if I can find them. But most of the time I'm stuck having to do the 10 if I ever do any of these. I can find out what the inflation would be. Hang on. I'll do the inflation calculator. Hang on, y'all. Okay, CPI inflation calculator. Here we go. So, need to make sure that everyone is able to see. Okay. So, $1 in, okay, I started MTurk August of 2014. Is the same buying power as today. Okay, I can only do August 2025. All right. Okay, you're right. It's $1.36. Huh. Interesting. 36, yeah, 36%. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Huh. Interesting. Still, 36% nerf is, well, okay, you got to do that in inverse. I think it's more like a under 30% nerf, but that's still a hell of a nerf. What do you think Atlas's next major update will be? Ooh, I don't know. If I had to be a betting man. Were they talking about like changing some of the mini games maybe? I would say changing some of the mini games. That's what I go with. That's what I put my money on. How you doing, Pokedestro? How you doing? Bitcoin has been beautiful for returns, and I'm beating inflation substantially. Yeah, the market has been pretty good for Bitcoin, especially in the last several years, honestly, but especially the last several months. I'm probably going to stay as is for now, but it's definitely a lot riskier than your typical investment. My stocks have beaten inflation as well over time, significantly, but I think Bitcoin's been a little better on that end. So, let me go back to free cash here. Okay. But yeah, so yeah, I do want to diversify, Anman. I am okay, so I got this timer thing. I think I mentioned this a little while back. I get this timer thing that ads will start running shortly for some people. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let that clock run for about 30 seconds. I'm gonna go and kind of just take a break, and we'll get to Anman's comment on diversification following that. And let's see if that works out. All right. Like I said, I'm doing this stream as a test too, so. Okay, let's see if that works out. Hey, Shaman15, how you doing? Bitcoin works as long as you never sell. Ammon, did you mean diversify by like diversify your portfolio? Or did you mean diversify my channel? Because I am diversifying my channel a little bit. Going to like general finance tech topics. I am in the process of wanting to do a podcast, but I haven't, but I'm talking with certain people right now and seeing if it works out for us to do that. Um, I'm also wanting to do I'm also going to be moving like a lot of the non-finance, non-tech stuff over to my second channel. So I'll have like a Pharaoh Silver lifestyle edition or something. So yeah, diversify my portfolio. Yeah. I actually have about 1% in Bitcoin. I'd say 1% of my portfolio in Bitcoin right now. Maybe a little under. And that's only because Bitcoin's been doing so well. And also there's an app that I make about $40-50 a month worth of Bitcoin. So one last question about inflation. I saw an article a couple weeks ago that showed inflation over multiple years. Why was inflation non-existent in 2015? I was a teenager at a time. Probably economy reasons. To be fair, I wasn't thinking too much about the economy back then, too, because I was in the middle of a near-death experience. Ooh, thank you for the subscribe. I did not realize I did not have that available. I will have to fix that in the next stream. I just realized this. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Also, I'm going to be clipping that entire thing regarding like ads and surveys and stuff too for a video. And that's going to be this week's because next week. So here's the other thing I should tell you guys. There won't be another video this week. And the reason why is because I have now finally made the move to new editing software. So I'm working on the progress report. I'm working on the progress report, right? And I have been using Filmora. So I've used Movie Studio Platinum since my days of my old gaming channel for 10 years. I thought it was time for a change, so I'm on Filmora now, working on my video. Azor has seen some of this already. So Azor knows what I am doing with it. But I'm wanting to do a bit of a renovation or, a little bit of a redo on the progress report. So I actually do have it like a future ETF of like a bunch of AI and robotics stocks plus a stock of a company that I work for. And I put that all together kind of as part of my future ETF. I am actually shaving off some from it because I am thinking that the AI is going to start slowing down a little bit and is not going to return as well as what has been in the past couple years. But I think robotics will be good. I think robotics has a future. Robotics is looking real nice, actually. So I might move my future ETF towards more robotics, especially medical robotics. But, that's just me, not financial advice. Don't listen to me. So it's just I see where things are going, and that's where I think things are going. So yeah, I'm doing like, well, the thing is, okay, here's the thing, Polkadestro, right? You're getting a lot of hopeful finance people. I'm getting a lot of people, so I get a lot of those for sure. I get like the Graham Steffens and the I get like the Graham Steffens of the group as well and the Meet Kevins, but I also get a lot of the people that talk about like that give like, the world is ending. I can't get a job and the unemployment rate is like 15% and I can't get a job. I haven't gotten a job since I was like in 20 years or something. Those types of people who are like, yeah. Yeah, I'm looking towards like robotics and medicine because we're all getting older. So like, yeah, I'm not in a That's where I'm feeling right now. Again, like I said, I don't know what I'm talking about, so don't listen to me on that one. I'm definitely not some like I'm going to do general finance stuff, but it's going to be more like personal finance stuff and advice and all that, but I actually want to like be more realistic about things. I'm also going to have a rehash video sometime this month as well on one of my videos that I did on the second channel. So that way people can see what they're kind of going to get themselves into. I've also got it's trying to get themselves into. Mobile I got some mobile stuff I'll be doing some like not really reviews but like just analyze them. Maybe analyze like, good deals, what's the best deal available for you and stuff like that. Used to watch Graham but can't stand him anymore. I stopped watching Graham right around the time I stopped watching Upper Echelon, and this was not when I unsubscribed to Upper Echelon. I just stopped watching the guy because I felt like my feed, Graham Stephan was pretty good for a lot of stuff in the beginning for me, and kind of got me my start on like understanding finance, especially after I left politics and all that. But there's only so much you can do with finance, you know what I mean? Like at least with beer, and this is part of the reason why I'm going to keep beer money as kind of a tertiary role, and Atlas Earth, of course, is the primary role, short to medium term, is because there's always something happening. With finance, I'm going to give those same old advice for a lot of people, but like, I'm also going to try to be as realistic about it with you guys. I also want to talk about other things like, I think we've been doing pretty well with the mobile company stuff, so we might go down that rabbit hole for a little bit. I'm going to see what works, see what happens, and we'll roll with it. And hopefully I work with and hopefully I can get this podcast going as well. We can get some stuff rolling, a once a month podcast. I don't know when I'm going to start that. I'm hoping we start that sometime soon, but no guarantee on it. Bring in some guests. Shaman 15, you're invited, by the way. If you're still on, let me know. Shaman 15, you're invited. King of Queens, so are you. You two are always invited. Count Maximus, you too. I know Count Maximus has been kind of like in the background for a little while. Just don't start my own crypto? Oh, Pokedestro. I am going to save that one for future video. Okay. You guys all realize with crypto. You guys all realize what crypto is, right? Crypto is just a reverse linked list. Like that's seriously like in computer science, it's just a reverse linked list. It's an entry. They call them transactions or whatever that links back to the previous entry rather than linking to the next entry. And if you want to look up a linked list in computer science, go right on ahead, and you'll see like it's just a linked list in reverse. That's all that it is. So, if you guys want to see me make a crypto, I can make a crypto right now. Hang on. Let's get on C. Make a C online compiler. All right. Here we go. C. Now, I'm too lazy. All right, I'm too lazy to think of this by knowledge, right? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna look up linked list. All right, linked list is okay, and then we got linked list, C, and we're gonna do a structure. I'm just copy paste. Previous. And there we go. There you go, everyone. We just made a crypto. Like, yeah, I probably should add some. Like, obviously, this is about as secure as. It's probably about as secure as like a. Well, this probably is like the least secure thing that you'll ever see. But yep, that's pretty much all it is. It's just a linked list, and you connect it to the previous node. That's all you got to do, and then just do a little bit of a, add something, create that. So, so yeah, I thought I'd have a little bit of fun with you guys on that one. So, but yes, crypto is Shaman 15 is right. Crypto is very dangerous unless you do like. There's a reason why I stick to just Bitcoin and Ethereum, and maybe Dogecoin. Oh, that's nice. 8K, pretty cool. Yeah, it's such a big risk though. I could not. I could not. I'm very conservative with my money because now, unlike Shaman 15, I'm very conservative with my money because um I mean, he does have other like off the grid stuff, but for me, I'm more conservative with my money because I think I've told you guys, I basically lost everything one time due to my family. And they had also like, I've also had some stuff with like disownment issues, abandonment issues with them. And so I can't really trust I can't really trust like certain people to bail me out if I just completely crash. So that's why I kind of just stick to more conservative things, is because of that. I just don't have the same, and especially since I got written off the family will a few years ago. So, yeah. Yeah, so that's what that's about. By the way, did y'all like the new layout? Y'all like this new layout? Gone is the luckiest guy font, and in is a little bit more sleek Montserrat. Let me know if you guys like it. I'm also working on like a mobile screen. I'm kind of in the process of that one. Still working on it though. I want a mobile screen here and kind of have like the browser screen just kind of here as well. Maybe I'd like a little ferro silver title screen at the top here or something like that. But you guys like it? Let me know. Now wait till you see the thumbnail. Yeah. Yeah, wait till you see the thumbnail. Azor has seen the thumbnail. Azor and Aquamarsh have both seen the thumbnail. My moderators have. And I think maybe one other person. I think AJ. No one else has seen it. So I'm sure you guys, I think you guys will like it. Tell you what, because you guys have been so good. Because y'all been good. Should I show? Should I show? You guys want to see the thumbnail? I can show. Hang on. Thanks, Shaman. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, I'm not okay. Beer money is the thing is like beer money is on its way down, you know? Eventually everything dies. Eventually it does. But like the entire industry as a whole, the low effort safe money way is just going down, and I just knew if I did not make a change, and I don't make a change, I'm going down with the ship, and I refuse to go down with the ship. I'd rather take a risk, see where it goes, and if this channel dies because of it, oh well, at least I know I tried, rather than in 2-3 years this channel's gonna die anyway. So, yeah, that's why. Ooh, solar panels would be a good topic to talk about too, now that I think about it. When I get to that point. I'm thinking about doing stuff on like things like good deals on stuff too. Like we're gonna get the best generator. We're gonna get the best like solar panels. That'd be something like things that are actually going to be useful for everyday life for people. Do you think making money while playing games will become a thing? It kind of already is. It's just getting worse and worse. So like I have two actually. And coming up next week is going to be my retrospective on Palmon, right? And I can tell you, this sucked. I'd be down with talking about solar energy stuff for sure. Like the best deals for when we start doing that. Like we're looking at panels and stuff. So yeah, that's something that I'm gonna go in the idea bin. I'm not gonna say I'm doing that right away. I'm gonna say probably something like once I've gotten my bearings in for several months, it might be something I come back to. And that's definitely something that's like, hey, I could probably see this. But yeah, making money while playing games is already a thing. I made about $22 playing Palmon Survival, which was way less than I thought I should. And you'll see why this reach camp level 30 was literally impossible. Video on how the prices of each state and country for energy costs and breakdown would be great. Ooh, yeah, that sounds pretty good actually. It does sound kind of interesting. You know what's also funny? You guys do realize, like, as your computer or phone is working, you're actually using up more energy that way. So it is only like pennies of cost, but you are spending money. You're spending more money by running things like Atlas Earth or running ads or running other things as well. So you got to take that into consideration. I mean, a bigger like top 100 game. No, because people are going to require ads and stuff like that. I think the closest we're going to see is something similar to Atlas Earth. I don't see otherwise, honestly. But yeah. Yeah, but you'll see in the Palmon review on that one. And then WordNut, I gave up on this one. I tried, you guys. I just can't. I just can't do it. WordNut drives me crazy. Drives me insane. So. I also do want to have more set times for streams. I really want to do Friday night. But the issue is, and hopefully when I get my schedule a little bit more situated, I can do Friday nights again. But like, it definitely, like, I have so much squeezed into that night, it becomes such a problem. But I'm gonna do tonight and see what I do. I'm still testing times that'd be perfect for me though. There's been some shady people going around my county asking people to install solar panels at no upfront cost to them. That seems weird. Let me see about this. Interesting. Okay. So there's a couple things here. Where are misleading ads? Facebook and other social media sites have become common venues for ads promoting special low-cost or no upfront cost solar programs. These ads often target low and middle income homeowners. And while the idea of spending little to no money on a solar installation may sound tempting, these ads tend to make misleading claims about special government or utility programs that don't actually exist. Okay. Who's behind these misleading ads for solar? Private companies, many based far from the communities they target, use misleading ads to generate leads, or customers likely to buy their products or services. When one of these companies captures your contact information through a sign up form, a salesperson can then contact you to sell a solar loan or financing product. So they may claim the product has zero upfront costs because of a special government program. While there are legitimate financing options with no upfront costs, there are almost never special government programs. Claiming that is most likely an aggressive sales tactic by a private company. So yeah, they have what to look out for, aggressive sales tactics. I can send you the link for this one if you want. You should cover the cost of your first solar panel. Thanks, Pokedestro. Nice. You could have. I was gonna say, like, you guys could have waited on the super chats until like Friday when I finally get the new thing figured out, because yeah, like that. Because all you're hearing right now is a sound, and I apologize for that. But we are gonna get that fixed. So I'm gonna work on that next. I do have the chat done. I do have the online one done, but I do want to get that one done next. So. This is I can give you the link to this if you want. You use aggressive sales tactics. Special financing rate or incentive program will only be available for a short time, but I thought it was no upfront cost. Overestimating future utility rate increases to exaggerate your return on investment. Offering an instant rebate on an above market rate system that will cost you more in the long run. So yeah, always do your research before signing a solar contract. Get competing bids from a few solar installers. Ask questions to ensure you understand the details of the proposals you receive, and lean on us. That's okay. So let me get back to dark mode here. Let me get back to free cash close thing. I get to dark mode. So, let me let y'all know on this, right? We are actually looking at possibly going into solar if we're able to, but we might not be able to because we are covered by trees. We're not quite sure yet. So we're actually going to get a survey and all that after we get our house paid off. So this isn't going to be about 4 years or so. So I would look, if someone is being the usual word of advice is if they're aggressive with their sales pitches, that means they're trying to sell you something that they profit and you're going to get screwed out of. So if they are too aggressive, don't even bother. If you say no more than twice and they try to upcharge you or upsell you on something, immediately cut them off. Immediately. There's these pest control people that came to our neighborhood called Aptive. They are crazy aggressive salespeople. Absolutely crazy. And they are... I'm going to skip ads. Hang on. I'm going to skip some ads. And they are probably some of the worst at just not taking no for an answer, to a point that we literally just don't even answer when I see them in the door. If I see someone with a Segway coming in, I do not answer the door. So, stay away from those types. So... All right. This has been almost an hour. Wow, time has flown. Not a bad showing too for me just randomly popping in for a stream as well. We're still doing our normal Friday, Saturday streams as well. So that's not changing. It's just I thought I'd do a stream today. I do 3 streams this week to kind of go over the rebrand and stuff with you guys. Also, I have a clip now I can probably put out tonight for people, so that way they can see a little bit more kind of evidence and stuff that I'm trying to talk about. And then following that, after Friday, Saturday, then the progress report I'm hoping will be Monday. Once I got things settled with Filmora. So there's that as well. And yeah. Y'all been fun, This has been great. Just a random stream. We peaked at like 17, 18 people. That was nice. Yeah, I know that it seems weird that I'm actually streaming like this right now, but also the thumbnails are going to change. I'm gonna see if I can get the thumbnail changed starting like I want to say Friday, but it'll probably be Saturday. I want a fixed stream for the Beer Money Brews basically. So yeah, I want a fixed stream for the Beer Money Brews. All right. So how is everyone doing now? It's been about an hour, so that's usually my stream time ending. I got other stuff I have to do as well, so got 5 minutes, everyone. Anyone got any other questions, or we're gonna move this over to Friday? Plan is gonna be Friday night. Gonna be late. I would say about 9 to 10 Eastern is what I'm planning on. Maybe a little bit later, maybe like 9:30 to 10:30 Eastern. But yeah, around there. So yeah, 9:30 to 10:30 p.m. Eastern Friday. And then Saturday will be 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. Eastern, the usual time, for what is probably going to be the last Beer Money Brew that will probably be named Beer Money Brew. I'm probably just going to start calling them streams. We might call it something else. Or, if people just want to still keep calling it Beer Money Brew, we might call it that. Maybe call it the Brew. I don't know. So, all right. So, all right. With that, I think this was a fun stream. You're my mentor. Take care, boss. Shaman, I think you're like my mentor actually, because you got like way more money than I do. I feel like. I'll be honest with you. I wish I had put as much. I wish I could put money into Atlas Earth like that, in a way, just because if I had the money to do that. I mean, so I'm at 1,500 parcels and 40K saved up. What would be an average payout if I jumped? I'm making 78 cents a day and over $1.80. Okay, 40K is 400. You definitely get an increase in parcels. Because I think once you hit 200, that should be enough. 20K when you've hit enough. So yeah, absolutely do that if you haven't already maxed out on badges. All right, everyone. Friday night, 9:30. I will see you all then, and expect a video clipping like some of this stuff to show up sometime tonight or tomorrow. Okay.